Hey Pooter, happy Friday the 13th. Our advice is to stay away from chainsaws, butcher knives, broken down cars, sketchy looking boats, and the woods at night. It's 2020 after all, and if there was ever a Friday that you should stay home, this is the one. Quick announcement to everyone. Were you unhappy with your school pictures? Well, no worries, because Studio 5 has another opportunity for you to get your picture retaken. They'll be back at Pooter next Monday and Tuesday. So we've got some art to check out this week. So here's Zach with our 4th episode of Everlasting Art.
Good evening, Pooterlings, and welcome to another episode of Everlasting Art. Unfortunately, we didn't get enough submissions to do the cold-themed episode that I was talking about last time, so make sure to submit something and maybe we can do that next time. This weird blue halo thing is still here, so our little ghost friend is going to be joining us again for this episode. Back to business, though. Today we're going to be going through 3 older submissions that I just kind of have laying around. There's no common theme for this episode, just some cool art that hasn't been showcased yet. Let's get into the first of it. Our first piece of art today is a digital painting of a person with some fabulous blue hair. It has this sparkly, kind of magical feel to it. This next piece of art is cool and creepy, almost foreboding. The subject's steely yet absent stare communicates some kind of vaguely sad emotion, and it's really cool. Today's last piece also has a scary vibe to it, picturing a person with disheveled hair in a kind of mask or harness. The stark coloring and shading helps bring that scary feel to life. Perfect for Friday the 13th. Well, that wraps up this episode. Send in your cold-themed art pieces for a chilly episode 5. Have a good day, everyone.
This week's episode features some awesome art. Make sure to submit some more cold-themed art for next episode at phstv@psdschools.org. Now, if you'd like to spend your time elsewhere, not doing art, then Johnny is here to talk to you about our after-school workouts.
Are you tired of sitting on your butt all quarantine? Well, I have the perfect opportunity for you. The wrestling team is hosting a school workout from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the PHS weight room. These workouts are scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. You're required to follow the proper protocol for health and safety, so make sure to become equipped with masks. These workouts are hosted by Coach Collier, so if you have any further questions, contact a wrestler or a coach. The first day of wrestling is on January 4th, so if you're interested, make sure to get your orange cards.
Thanks, Johnny. If you're interested in wrestling this year, make sure to check it out. Next, we have Sydney with a great segment bringing you what you want to know about mock trial.
There's been a murder. True crime against humanity. Been following this case for months, with no end. The trial is approaching. I had more questions than answers. But I knew where to go. I was going to the source, the person with all the information. To him.
So our case this year basically involves a mock trial student who supposedly killed their mock trial coach, which, as you can imagine, kind of makes for some fun banter between the students and the coaches. On the prosecution side, you have 3 witnesses, 2 of which are police investigators, and 1 of whom is another mock trial student. And then on the defense side, you have the defendant, the defendant's friend, and you have a private investigator. With this case, I am inclined to believe that the defendant is not guilty. The testimony brought in by the private investigator does a really good job of refuting the testimony brought in by the police investigators, and in addition, obviously somebody can't be in 2 places at once. As to who did commit the crime, to be perfectly honest, we don't really care about that much. We only care about that to the extent that it shows that the defendant did or did not commit the crime, depending on whichever side of the case that you're on. So basically, the person who was killed was a lawyer, and they had at one point represented Blair Rowland's father, and lost the case that got Blair Rowland's father sent to prison for life. Obviously, that would be a pretty significant motive. So that's actually one of the really unique things about mock trial, is that it attracts a really wide breadth of people. So, essentially you have 2 different types of roles in mock trial. You have witness roles and you have lawyer roles. And witness roles essentially require you to act. So that attracts people who are more inclined towards acting, so we get people from the theater department. Lawyer roles attract people who are a bit more analytically inclined. Consider myself analytically inclined, but I'm actually more interested in engineering. I don't want to be a lawyer. And so it just attracts such a wide range of people, and I think that most people, if they tried it and really, kind of gave it a chance, they would really enjoy it, and it's a very valuable experience. Yeah, so if you're interested, you can email me at 58608@psdschools.org, or you can email Christopher Glatfelter, who you can find in the staff directory on the PHS website, and either of us can add you to the mock trial mailing list.
Thanks, Sydney. I hope you're able to convict whoever did that horrible crime. Now, this year, most of us started enjoying new things, one of them being the very, very popular game Among Us. I love playing it, but I'm not that great when I play imposter. If you're in the same situation, here's Thomas to enlighten you with some tips and tricks to maneuver your way through the game.
What's up, Puda? Here are some tips and tricks for Among Us. Crewmate tips and tricks. The imposter cannot do tasks, so use tasks that have an animation to catch them. These tasks include the medbay scan, asteroid task and weapons, as well as the empty chute task and storage. Now, when someone's doing card swipe and you're near them, keep an eye on the task bar. If it goes up, the crewmate. If it doesn't, they're the imposter. Now, the admin map is also very useful too. If it flashes while two people are in a room, the imposter's in there as well. If you know 100% that someone is not the imposter, you can do a blending technique. Basically, you stand in front or behind them perfectly so it only looks like there's one crewmate. The chances are the imposter will attack and you can vote them off the ship. Now, if you're the imposter, if you're playing as imposter and find a group of people really close together doing a task, take advantage of this, go into the crowd and kill one of them. Chances are they'll never know who it was.
NANI?!
If you're able to kill a crewmate, a red line will appear around them indicating that you are within distance to do so. There's a camera next to medbay. If there's a red blinking light on it, close the door to security and then use the medbay vent to get into security and finish them off. Have your name be a different color than what you are. This might cause confusion and end up in the wrong person getting voted off the ship. When a crewmate is using the monitor in security, the cameras will start to blink red. Once they step away, the flashing stops. Be sure to like and subscribe so you'll never miss a PHS News.
Thanks, Thomas. I'll definitely refer back to you if I need help. And one final thing, don't forget to help out Pooter families by signing up for a camping shift. With all that, we are out of time, so have a safe Friday the 13th, and we will see you next week on the PHS News.